So it's day two of our 365 year challenge to make 10K. So it is January 2nd, 2024. No, 2025. I'm excited. So, what have we done so far? So, I launched a campaign to do social media account rescues. I have an array of skills that I've never monetized. And I need to see which ones pay. Because it's the year of money. Well, it's God's year. God's year first. All glory to God. That's number one. Number two is we are going to be normalizing making some money, okay? And with your skills, you should be getting paid. It's that simple. If you have some skills, you should find a way to get paid. So, what am I doing? I have my handy dandy card website. That's CARRD, and this is the page, and it is called Save My Social Media. So out of all the skills that I have, I thought this one was pretty cool, seeing if there's actually a need for it. So what is it really? So what it really is I use laws to basically help people get their accounts back. Twitch, social media, any social, TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, and it's pretty simple. So it's kind of in my wheelhouse. I know how to push these companies in a way where they have to honor their words, and as long as conversations remain private, they can do whatever they want to do. Well, because think about it. You're honoring their terms of service for most of these companies, and it's a private conversation. They're really not expecting you to go above and beyond to do what you want to do. So we have a little bit more rights than we think. So I thought this was a good idea. We're just going to the laws over all that. So it's a social media rescue account. $200 as a consultant to do it for you. Get your account back. You give me your name, email, and the state you live in. And I'm going to use your state laws, digital privacy laws, privacy acts, fairness, and then as well as using the state of Instagram. Since they're in California, they have major privacy laws that you can bully them, but you just can't bully them until you do it a certain way. I thought it was a good idea. Already created a TikTok, created a video. I'm gonna push it 4 or 5 times throughout this week, and I gotta see if it makes a little bit of dinero. Also, some of the other skills that I have, hard skills, not soft skills, is I'm pretty competent in general contracting. Actually, very competent in it. I know how to bid commercial work, bid residential work. I know how to sell the work, not only book the work, but schedule it, tooling, scheduling manpower to be there. Within that book of work, that comes, I guess, project management, asset management, inventory management. Why is this important? Because I'm going to be documenting this whole year the best way where someone that, is starting out at a $40, $30, $0 a year job, and they can kind of follow this as a blueprint to find out how they can use what they have, what they know as a means to get ahead. It's not easy, but it's simple. It's easy not to think. It's easy to just coast, but when you start to have obligations, you have to figure it out. The income that you bring in from your 9 to 5, will make you a living. It will get you by, and there are some 9 to 5s that give you a great living. Depending on where you are, those jobs are abundant. Depending on where you're not, they're not abundant. For instance, if you live in maybe Arkansas, if you're in the Appalachias, if you're in a blue-collar neighborhood, you may have to be a plumber. You may have to learn HVAC. But you may become a painter. You may have to take on rather interesting traits to make a living. I'm only saying that to give you an idea, right? Because the best way to get out of your own way is to stop digging and to acknowledge that you're the one digging and you're the one that has got yourself here. So I'm basically going to be documenting everything as it comes to my mindset, you could say, from the businesses that I think will work, if they failed, because I failed a decent amount last year, but that's good, fail forward. Money lost, but we're gonna always go back to what I'm good at, what I have, my current skills, my current things that I gravitate to, my gravitas, and using those as the bookmark to keep going. So, what am I good at? Good at law. I learned consumer law. I've been able to repair credit, my own credit, help others repair credit. Made like $1,000 doing it last year. They banned my account, so then I kind of just stopped and just put that off to something else. I've learned how to use a lot of these data brokers and bully them into getting what you want, curating a report that will be more lendable, helping people get second chances, consulting, etc. So I'm really good at consumer law. I know the law, privacy laws, security laws, trust laws. I know how to build trust accounts, trust funds. I know insurance, life insurance. I've personally established my trust and other trust. I know real estate, negotiation, seller finance, creative finance. I'm just going into different other realms of skills so that I speak out loud what I know, and then seeing what is the most prevalent that I could use to get me to that benchmark of 10K. Currently, my 9 to 5 is I'm partnering with a company in Northeast PA called Rock Hard Coatings, and it is around my general book of skills, which is epoxy coatings, floor coatings, polished concrete, line striping, scarifying, overlays. Overlays are really just pouring concrete at a thin level, so you're not doing you're not pouring like slabs, right? But all we are pouring are concrete, like 1-inch max concrete pads that go over a subfloor. Good to know. I do concrete staining, concrete polishing, concrete prep work. That's what I do day to day, and I partner with this guy to build a business that will be sellable through M&A, mergers and acquisitions. I've currently got the business to maybe $600,000-$700,000 of sales personally. That's between cold, warm, but sales that would not have been closed without my being there, without my intervention. Business makes around 1.2, but I want to get this business to a place where it's sustainable and my thoughts on it, I know we've taken a turn, but just hear me, is to grow this company is also to use commercial bidding as a means to create predictable income, detail that, SOPs for that, business plans for that, and then FAQ it, and then move that to someone else to do. After that, we're going to go into government contracting to lock up contracts for what we do and allow that work to create a valuation for the company. It's rather, I can't say it's difficult. I could just tell you, when you're trying to partner with someone to build their company, the first thing you do is you use what you have, which is if you have sales, you sell. But then you have to tug on different levers. And you have to use different means to get there. So you can use marketing, cold calling, again, ITBs, which is invitation to bid, but you need to have whatever company you do, sell, services sell, which is, I'm not gonna get into that, but there's a lot of ways to grow the company, but nothing is immediate, like marketing. So if it's slow right now and you need the cash, that's the tough part, where you can't really create work overnight without a reputation. And the work that you do create may turn to be a money pit. So that's something to think about when you are trying to grow a business, you're trying to partner, try to buy a business, trying to do seller side M&As, and try to increase the valuation of a company or whatever you're trying to do. It's tough because it's a 18-month process, give or take. It could be a 5-year process, because you have to create predictable results, predictable outcomes, predictable income, and you cannot sell fluff. You can pump up your numbers, but most of these companies are getting so savvy and smart that they won't even care. Like, they're not gonna let you. They'll put tentative addendums in their sales agreements that, like, you have to show that for like a year or 2 years. So it'll be like a 1-2 year sales process. So you're on the hook for that long, most times, because they hire you as the operator and then they'll kick you out of the position after a year. So yeah. I say all that to say, from what I know, the skills I'm taking on, you could see that there's a lot, but I have multiple passions. I have many ideas that I care deeply about, many things that move me, and married, right? So you have to go past dreaming. You cannot just you can't pay your bills with a dream. So you have to be able to provide for yourself, for your family, for your children, and it's cutthroat. Because no one's gonna pay your mortgage for you. No one's gonna pay your phone bill. And yeah, if you have someone doing that, great, but like, they'll do it for so long. And then what? You're done. So you have to advocate for yourself. You have to do what you can for yourself. And that's extremely important. So in this day 2 of advocating for myself, for my existence, for my own progress, for my achievements, for saying no to nihilism, for putting aside ego, pride, and picking up a phone and being intentional about this process, I get to record a process and share with people that maybe they're tough and maybe it's tough for them as well. So This is day 2. Again, I know, kind of tough, but just gonna be kind of talking you through my day, what I'm planning on doing. I won't be sharing some of the personal stuff, but I will be just sharing a lot of the business stuff, spiritual stuff. But aside from that, like any of the because I love law. I'll briefly mention it, but I really, that's the biggest caveat is once you learn certain things, you learn to appreciate your privacy, but you can't live the lifestyle you want sometimes, depending on the skills you have, and have privacy. So I pray that I could have a little bit of both. I could have anonymity and have money, and it'll be good. Well, day 2, and kind of walk you through kind of what I'm thinking, but hopefully you guys stick around. You can see my journey to 10K a month, then to 100K a month, and so on and so forth. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And welcome to my office. So yeah, I'm gonna share this with you before I go. A lot of this is cool. So this is very cool picture. The disciples at Amos. This picture is based on Luke 12:24-135, which tells of but one of many times the resurrected Jesus appeared to various disciples. Because of the appearances, we know that Jesus Christ conquered death and keeps his promise. Lo, I am with you, Matthew 28:20. So I end with that. A lot of beauty in religion, and stay up, people. Bye-bye.